The group is also active in neighboring Syria, where it beheaded American James Foley, one of more than 80 journalists kidnapped while covering the Syrian conflict.
VOA correspondent Sharon Behn is no stranger to the danger of working in conflict zones. Sharon has herself reported from Iraq, Afghanistan, Pakistan, and Egypt. Here, she talks with me about Foley's killing, which was carried out on video. But first, let's take a listen to VOA Director David Ensor addressing this execution, which we can only describe as shocking.
This is an absolutely tragic and senseless killing of an innocent man who was just doing his job.
There's been some controversy about it, about the media showing the images, showing the video. Some people seem to feel that it's just furthering the Islamic State's message. As a correspondent yourself who's reported in conflict zones, what do you think?
I understand the sort of controversy about it because, yes, you want people to know this is a brutal organization. This is what they're capable of. That people need to know, the public has a right to know, and they have a need to know that this is a really terrible, terrible organization. These are the things they do to innocent people. Foley was an innocent journalist. He wasn't taking sides. He wasn't a combatant. And I think I can see how some people would say, yes, we need to show this. On the other hand, there are those who say, yeah, this is promoting their cause. They're showing, we can do this. They're showing their power over others, and that it was just, actually promoting their cause internationally. The Islamic State has a fantastically strong social media and media component to their campaigns. And they posted this on YouTube. Now, YouTube tried to take it down, it popped back up. It was posted on Twitter. They tried to take it down, it popped back up and popped back up and popped back up. And you can see that they're actually pushing it very hard through media. And that has to be taken into account. That should be considered. Why are they doing that?
Has the role of wartime correspondent become more dangerous?
I've been doing this for about 30 years, and I think it has become much more dangerous, much more dangerous. And as I was saying, in the days where you could throw up your hands and say, I'm press, I'm media, and nobody would touch you, they'd let you go, that's gone. Now when you're press and media, you might as well walk around with a target on your back. You are going, people actually do want to, people actually use them.
Yeah.
Well, because I think, as what happened with Jim Foley, you can put an immense amount of pressure on a government when you're showing one of its nationals being slaughtered on camera. This presents an immense amount of pressure on any government. There are no clear front lines anymore, especially in these kind of, what I would say, guerrilla wars. You don't have that anymore.
Now, this message from the Islamic State, the title of the video was a message to America. What is their message, and how is the country responding?
What is their message? It was a brutal message. I think what they were trying to do was put pressure on the U.S. government and say, if you don't do this, we're going to do this. I don't think the United States has ever succumbed to that kind of pressure. And after this video was released, when they said, if you attack us anymore, we have another journalist that we're also going to execute. After that video was released, the U.S. had 14 more airstrikes around Mosul Dam, which is a dam that the militants took and then have lost to Kurdish forces. So it doesn't seem to me that their message
is going to have their desired
effect. Exactly. I think the U.S. they didn't respond, but they continued with their airstrike.
We had the chance to talk to an official with the Committee to Protect Journalists, which has been very outspoken about the case of James Foley and other journalists like him who have been held captive. What did she say, and what needs to happen now?
What she said was that, along the lines what we've been talking about, is that journalists, unfortunately, have become pawns in geopolitical games, and that this should not be allowed. Journalists should never have to be in that position. And she also pointed out that Syria is one of the most dangerous places in the world for journalists. They have had many journalists killed. 80 have been kidnapped. 20 are still missing, some of them in the hands of the militants. And it is a horribly dangerous place. What she has said is that all journalists have to be aware of the risk. And news organizations have to be aware of the risks that their journalists are taking in order to bring the news to the world. And that there has to be more attention paid to that also. And it's not an easy job.
It is certainly not an easy job. Our thanks to Sharon and all of our VOA correspondents and freelancers working for us in some of the most challenging environments in the world. Bashar Fahmy, a reporter for VOA's sister organization Al Hurra, has been missing in Syria since August 2012.